Now unfortunately, because of the music that plays during the trip around the park, I'm actually going to have to do a voiceover on the video here. So here we are inside the carriage, beautifully themed. You see the wood panelling and the clear story glass on the roof, and we're just waiting here for the train to leave the station. Operated as a full steam engine. The railway has 4 trains. It's a 3-foot gauge, narrow gauge line that runs all the way around the periphery of the park. And as we leave the Main Street station here, we head out past the rivers of the West, and this first tunnel that we go into is actually part of the show scene for the Haunted Mansion. So the Haunted Mansion attraction, basically like a ghost train for those that haven't been to Disney. And as with many of the attractions here at Disneyland in Paris, the entrance to the ride is within the park, but the show building where the actual ride experience is outside the periphery of the park. And obviously it has to cross the railroad at some point, and yeah, here we go through the show building. So the ride is either, I'm not sure if it goes above or below on this particular ride, but we can see this show scene just to the right there. Train travels in a clockwise direction, and that diorama we've just seen is of the Grand Canyon. Now this bit here, you would normally see the rivers of the far west and some of the geysers and rock face that's there, but all under reconstruction at the moment, hence the hoarding, as is actually a lot of the park at the moment and the studios. There's a lot of construction going on. Just to the right there, through the trees, you can make out, or just make out, the one of the boats that are out of service at the moment. They've got these huge paddle steamers that go round the lake or round the river. It's got an island in the middle, so it's more of a river, but these great big paddle steamers. The Molly Brown is one of them, and I think it's a Tom Sawyer, is it? I'm not sure, I can't remember the name of the other one. But yeah, they travel round the river. You can just make it out. It's got scaffolding over the top of it at the moment. And then as we make our way round the park to the right hand side, we go past one of the theatres. This had a superb showing at the Lion King show. When we went and saw that, it was absolutely fantastic. And we make our way into the first of the stations, which is Frontierland. Probably my favourite station on the line. It's got this sort of Wild West theme, and just behind and just in the building there, they used to have a farmyard, and used to hold the Christmas spectaculars in there, where you go and meet Father Christmas, or Papa Noel as he was known in France. And as a family, we've got some old stories about things that have happened in there. At this point, the train takes on some water, and you can see we're just filling up from a water tank to the left-hand side. As I say, proper steam locos. They are gas-fired, but obviously still running on steam. I did mention there are 4 locos. So there is W.F. Cody, which is William Frederick Cody. C.K. Holliday, which is named after Cyril K. Holliday. And then we've got the George Washington, and finally Eureka. Number 1, the William Cody, is the same design as the prototype made for Disneyland Railroad number 1 in Anaheim, California. Now we head round further around the park, and leaving Frontierland behind us, we enter to Adventureland. And I always think when I come through here that you know, really they could do so much with the scenery. Obviously the undergrowth has grown up so that when you're in the park you can't see outside, but I think they're kind of missing a trick and not making the railway more visible to those people inside the park at key areas. But also there could be some theming here. I know years ago they were talking about in Frontierland having sort of a water splash or some rides in this area. And the Indiana Jones ride that's there at the moment was supposed to be something a lot more elaborate than what it turned out to be. And it's you know, it's just a very small off-the-shelf roller coaster, and it should have had a lot of theming around it. I first went to the park in when it opened in the 90s, and none of this undergrowth was here. All of this planting has really grown up over the years. I mean, when we first went, this was all just scrubland. You could see right through to the park all the way around. And in some ways, with the different trees that they've got here and the planting that they've put in, you know, it does add some themes to the ride. But as I say, you know, there could be a lot more done with it. We're entering into a second show scene here. This is actually the Pirates of the Caribbean. It gets a bit dark on this one, but there are a couple of areas where you can see through into the ride. A little bit of light that glimmers past, but unfortunately my camera I don't think will focus quick enough. But you can look down on the ride as the boats travel underneath the track on this one. So the final splash, where the boat drops down and splash into the cave scene, that drop is actually underneath the railway tracks here. And we just arrived into the Fantasyland station. Now you can see all the scaffolding around this station, where it's all under refurbishment, so the train won't be stopping here today. Train seems to be suffering a little bit with, you know, only one of the trains running today and not stopping at many of the stations. So yeah, it didn't stop here. This is where we actually come into the park, and you can see across to the old windmill there. There used to be a big wheel on the back of that, and now we cross the facade to It's a Small World. At this point you'll be able to see out across the queue line as the boats turn around, and again the show scene being outside of the railway tracks, so the boats travelling underneath the railway at this point. You see the nice big queue for it there. Queue moves really quick though on Small World, and yeah, very quick throughput, and I think when we were there it was quite a busy day, and the longest week here was about 15 minutes. So leaving Fantasyland behind us, we now make our way into Discoveryland. And just to the right hand side there's a little pathway that they do open occasionally, that allows you to walk through from Fantasyland through into Discoveryland. But a lot of the time it's used for sort of preparing for the parade and things. It's closed on the day we were there. And here we come into Discoveryland. Now this always seems a little bit at odds to me, because you've got this sort of old world steam engine moving into this sort of Star Wars type building, you know, futuristic type buildings. You can see Space Mountain there in the background, big roller coaster. Again, the station was closed, so the train just makes its way quite slowly through, crossing over one of the theatres, or the entrance to the theatres at the moment, and you can see from the park we get some really good views of the train. Some of the wonderful planting inside the park. I mean, the square trees and the really nicely kept grass. It is a beautiful place, Disneyland. Just the right hand side, that's the entrance, or the station shall we say, to Space Mountain. And the photo booth, again more of the wonderfully kept trees, and we head Again, around the outside of the park and just to the other side of the hedge here, there's more rides, but where the undergrowth has grown up, unfortunately very difficult to see through. And we make our way all the way around as we head down towards Main Street. There's a couple of roads that cross at this point, and the loco does whistle once or twice, and then whistles as we approach the station to notify the people working on the station that the train is approaching. The locomotives, the first three were built by H.P. Phillips Company in 1992, and the fourth built by Seven Lamb in 1993. One final couple of things about the railway. It's operated in the park since 12th of April 1992 on the park's opening day, and its route is about 7,150 feet, so a couple of kilometres long in length, and yeah, it makes a circular tour all the way around the periphery of the park and takes about 12 minutes. As I was filming the loco, the driver kindly took my camera from me and shot some footage actually inside the cab, and you can see the controls here with the regulator right in the middle there, the water gauge on this side, and other things like the gas valves controlling the fire, and is good enough to open up the firebox, and you can see the gas control valve bringing the fire down, and just to the right there the reversing lever. Really kind of him to take those pictures for me.